And I'm kind of trying to bridge the gap between traditional performance testing, which is usually done in the test environments, and the monitoring part, which is usually done in production environments. So combining these two, in my opinion, gives a lot of value. I have worked on many different projects ranging from months to days, but never something like this where everything just had to be fixed just within a very, very short amount of time. So there I was at 6 o'clock, and I didn't really know anything about what I was diving into. It was kind of a little scary because I didn't know anything about the tech or anything about whether it was possible to find a resolution in such short amount of time. So when I arrived, we were just chatting a little about how the few days had been and what they have been doing. And they could just see that the response times and the website were slowly being more and more unstable. I got a quick introduction to the system, and it was a basic and classic e-commerce solution based on .NET Core and running a MS SQL database. As you can see, the website loads a lot of static and dynamic content, and it could be quite difficult to just pick out a quick fix here and there, or even find a resolution without any deeper insights. So I had with me a very secret weapon. Many of you have probably seen this logo before, but for those who haven't, this is the logo of Dynatrace. Dynatrace is a very powerful and easy to install application performance monitoring tool, which I often use together with other testing tools. It allows to gather a lot of data and visualize them in a very, very nice way on this the server and solution that is monitored by the agents. And as we find out that the technology at Gulfun was compliant with Dynatrace, we went further to install it in the production environment. At this moment, a lot of the users were already inside and shopping at Gulfun, so we just waited to get data inside the tool. We could also at this moment see that the response time and stability were slowly degrading as more and more users were entering the website. But immediately after installing the tool, we got some action points, and we could see that the garbage collection was suspending the application process over 60%, which was a very, very high number. And I immediately started to search for solutions on how to optimize this for this specific technology. And I got a tip that the GC server option was set to false default in this solution. And I just wanted to try to switch this to server garbage collection. When it's set to false, the default option is that you have something called a workstation type of garbage collection, which is basically not optimized for high throughput and scalability. So rather than change that setting, we saw some immediate response, and the suspension went down to about 8%, which was a drastic change. And we could even see on the web page when doing manual testing that everything was just more responsive and more stable. And as you can also see that we installed the tool around 6:25, and only 30 minutes after, we were having a solution to one of the major problems on the application. And that is very, very fast. We could still see that some of the requests were having very, very high response times. And that was due to when loading the pages, the product range was between 40 and 200 products on each page. And due to one of the add-ons having the request retrieve product ribbons having some bugs, it took very, very long time to load all these products. So we had to lower the amount down to default 16 and maximum 24. And that gave drastic improvements on the response time, which you can see down to the left. 16 products are retrieved in 400 milliseconds, and 24 are nearly doubling the response time up to 800 milliseconds. So you can just imagine how bad it was when you had up to 200 requests, 200 products when loading the page. And you know, the basic behavior of the user when things take a lot of time is to just reload the page or try entering another product page. And together with that, when the request is still processing in the background, it became this kind of negative spiral where everything just hanged up and eventually killed the site when it was too much for the server to handle. So what was the actual outcome for Gulfun? They had a very awesome Black Friday, and thanks to the power of Dynatrace and the information we got from the tool, we were able to just find and fix the root causes of the major issues on the website just within 60 minutes. And that is, in my opinion, very, very fast. And the site was very stable for the whole day, and it had no performance issues at all. And trying to find and fix the root cause of these kind of problems can be very time consuming and troublesome, specifically if you don't have any data to analyze or you're just stumbling in blind, trying to optimize here and there, but not the concrete and actual root cause of the issues. So in my opinion, these kind of tools are just the best when it comes to find and resolve the root cause of performance issues, both over time, but specifically in a very, very short amount of time. And just as the day went by, we could sit back and relax, monitor both the performance and the sales, and eat our celebration pizza with light heart. Okay, thanks. That was my presentation.